Hallo, herzlich willkommen zur 81. Folge von Suzerain, zusammen mit Apfel.
Hallo.
Heute haben wir die Militärparade. Und wir mal schauen, was da abgeht. It was an unusual day for the residents of Holsworth. Regularly, used streets and avenues were blocked off by the military personnel. Many shops and cafes are closed, and once crowded stores were now empty. Instead, thousands of residents in Holsworth were concentrated in one street, Victory Avenue. Stretching out through the heart of Holsworth, people on both sides of the road were waving their Swedish flags proudly for the military parade. I was getting prepared to embark on my trip. It was going to be a short drive down the Victory Avenue until we reached Maroon Palace. My company for this trip was Joseph, with Serge, as usual, driving the presidential cart. Joseph approached me. He was wearing his decorated ceremony outfit. He carried a sword with a goat head at the handle and his pistol by his hip. He put on his cap. Mr. President, we are almost ready. We will depart right after the tank column. Good. Good. Joseph nodded. After hearing the loud thump of a book falling down to the floor, he turned to a couple privates that were doing the preparations on the schedule and started walking in their direction. Private, can't you do your job properly? I watched the young soldiers perform a lousy salute to Joseph. What is that salute, soldier? Watch, this is a real salute. He performed an excellent salute, and after scolding the privates, he walked back. Strict as ever.
Das ist unser Josef.
Das ist unser Josef. Old habits die hard. Serge appeared from the entrance and joined us.
Mr. President? Mr. Lancier?
Serge performed a salute to Joseph, which made Joseph smile under his mustache. At ease, Mr. Wolkner. Are we ready to depart yet?
Yes, sir. Follow me, please.
We started following Serge through the corridors.
Mr. President, have you seen the tanks? Our planes too. Rumbok will be so scared when they see this.
Yeah. Yes, Serge, I have seen it.
My kids were very excited to wake up today, you know, to see the planes fly.
Serge, where did you do your military service?
Moana, 7th Artillery Squadron. I still talk with many of my friends from those days.
Camaraderie of military is never forgotten. I still talk with many from my days as well.
What about you, sir?
All over Scotland, you know, Mr. President was under my command once. Gumran Outpost.
Ja, das ist schon angeben, weil...
He turned to me. Do you remember those days? Who can forget about Major Lancier? We called him the Relentless. Joseph let out a long laugh. Good old days.
We are here, sir.
We exited the building and walked over to the clearance where the black Cadillac, the presidential car, was waiting. It was decorated properly for the event, and the top canopy had been removed so that we could stand and wave to people. Ach ja, gut, damit die Leute halt schießen können.
Ja, ich würd's auch gerade sagen.
On the way to the car, generals and admirals were lined up on both sides of the carpet. The atmosphere immediately changed when these experienced men, who fought many times for the country saluted me. I saluted back with respect. I saluted the high-ranking military staff and attachers from ATO. We shook hands before proceeding. We entered the car and Serge started the engine. Joseph was standing right next to me. The car started rolling. Even though there were many walls and trees in between the car and the crowd, I was able to hear the deafening sound of cheering Swedish citizens. Gradually, we made our way to the starting point. A group of 10, maybe 12 latest technology S-16 fighter jets flew above our heads, and I thought that the engine sounds was going to leave me deaf. Loud footsteps of the marching soldiers were followed by loud noises coming from tank engines. The tanks came into my view. They were top-of-the-line modern battle tanks. Their shining armor under the sun invigorated national pride. We waited for a few minutes for the announcement. Finally, it was our turn. On both sides of the Victory Avenue, there were numerous citizens cheering my name, waving their Swedish flag. Ja, wir waven auch. Let's go. I waved to the people. Looking at the benches where the general staff was sitting at, I saw Talking Soul sitting next to General Walken. Ach, der Wichser. We kept our slow and steady pace. We were almost at the Arthur S. Whiskey statue, several hundred meters away. A group of soldiers saluted me as we passed by. They looked proud and stout in their new infantry uniforms and with brand new rifles. We continued on as per this schedule and finally arrived at the Maroon Palace, which marked the end of the parade. People of Holsworth dispersed to their homes. A clear message was sent to Rumburg by the display of our military might. We were about to see whether it would be enough or not.
Es muss nichts passieren, nice.
Nee, das wäre auch krass.
Ich hab schon gewartet.
Ich auch. Na komm, continue mir noch zum nächsten Turn. Will of the State. Was ist der Wille? Schön. Gut. Was haben wir denn nächste Folge vor uns? Oh, wir fliegen nach Kairo. Zu ATO, I guess. Gut, aber dann fliegen wir morgen erst nach Kairo. 14 Uhr. Lasst noch ein Like und ein Abo da, wenn es euch gefallen hat. Schaut beim nächsten Mal wieder vorbei und tschüss.
Tschüss.